thank you all for coming tonight. So I want to share with you guys a jewelry show that Kelly Bach told me all about. And so you can actually go, if you want to see another video on it, and get some more information to her website, which is teambach.com, and her password is Bach. So that's with a B, B-O-C-K. And she's a real good friend of mine. And so she told me about this, and she trains a lot with my grandma in Premier, Donna Marone. And so Donna kind of brought it to us, and I talked to Kelly about it. And so I've modified it a little bit, you know, to tweak it to my way, but I want to share that with you tonight. And I just wanted to walk you through a timeline of my show and share with you little details of things that I do, because I think that it's the passion and the success is really in the details, the little teeny things that you do, not necessarily the big thing. So we're going to talk about all the little touches and things that I do along the way. So we're just going to walk right through my show. Are you interested? Do you want to see it? Yeah. Okay, and then when we're done with that, I'm going to give you some tips on checkout for overcoming objections. And I'm going to show you something I do for sponsoring, which is getting people to watch the new video. Of course, I usually send them to my video, but do you love the new video from Premiere? Yes. Okay, so we're going to talk about how we can get people to that video and how we're going to follow up, because really everything is about follow-up. So we're going to talk about that. Okay, so first of all, one of the things too, I have a little, when we do the drawings at the end, one of the tools, one of the tools that we use for this particular style of show, it's called the 7-question show, are little $100 bills. And I actually spent all day yesterday and typed up my notes on little note cards, okay? So that you will hold the note cards, but you're gonna give your guests these little questions, and they're gonna ask you these questions. And so I brought a set for someone to take home today. Okay, so they're laminated and everything. So I'm gonna walk you through. Everybody say thank you. Thank you, Julie. You're welcome. Okay, so first of all, when I do my jewelry show, I have all my jewelry set up in another room. I try to never have my jewelry right by me when I do my presentation, only because I cannot be stopped. I don't know about you, but if they get excited and they're saying love it, I might just show them everything. So what I do instead is I pull aside the things that I want to talk about, and I love using a T-stand, which it got injured in the travel, the poor little thing. But I like to have a T-stand, and I put it all on there. That way it doesn't get tangled. I can see what I'm going to grab. It might not be in the right order. I'm not that organized, but if you're really nervous, you could organize it. And on our incentive site, there are caps that go on here, and everything can stay right on here. So it's really nice, the things you're going to talk about. I also make sure that I have everything that I need in my area. Okay, so of course we have Angelina Jewelry. I've got my big money. I've got my Diva dollars, and this is what I use. I use Diva dollars, and you could use Diva tickets or whatever you guys do, but I love my Diva dollars. I've used them all 9 years. My mom designed these for me 9 years ago, and I've used them ever since. Laminated them, and I just have the same original set. But what I do is I have my guests say, love it, and they get a Diva dollar. And it keeps them very engaged, and it helps me. It's kind of like a comedian that's performing. If you're a comedian and no one's laughing, you're like, you're losing all your energy, and you're just, you know, fading away. But if they're laughing, it feeds you. Well, the same thing happens for us jewelry ladies. If people are just staring at you, you're thinking, oh, they hate what I'm saying. Oh, I'm bombing. Oh, and inside, what's happening in their heads, right? They're going, like, I'm so overwhelmed. You know, they're so overwhelmed with all the pretty things, but you are reading them like they're disinterested. So if you get them to say something, a special word, and I use love it, then it energizes you. So it's a purposeful thing that I do. It also shows everybody around them that they love it, which makes them think, oh, yeah, I love it too. So we get excited about things. So when I do this presentation, you need to help me out and say love it. Otherwise, I don't feel like this. Okay? So you feel free to throw love it's out there, but I use my Diva dollars. And I use my Hostess as my partner. And so Jenna? No. Janine. Janine is going to be my hostess and help me out a little bit, okay? If you're okay with that, or if you want her to take notes and you want to do it, you okay? Is that okay? All right, so are you okay with that? Okay, so you'll help me out when we get to that point. All right, so my hostess is my partner. Now, I can't do a whole training on hostess coaching. I have videos on that, but I'm really, really passionate about hostess coaching because, again, we've got to do the prep work in order to have the success here. So if we get our hostess ready so she knows what's happening, then we're gonna have a better show. I can dazzle their socks off, but she's the only one that can get the people there, right? So I've prepared her, I've told her what I need her to do, I've made sure she understands before the show even starts. I say, you good with helping me out with the Diva Dollars? Great. You grade it? Okay, good. So, and now this is another little side tip of this. Has anybody in here ever been doing their presentation and at some point the hostess stands up, goes to the kitchen and starts working on the food? Yes. And do you want to like lasso her and bring her back? Because who stands up after her? Her mother. I think she might need some help. I'm gonna go see, and you know, you've lost everyone, okay? So I have, you know, it's not my first rodeo, right? So I say, hey, now when I coach her, I say, now listen, I want you to keep your snacks simple. I don't want you to have to get up and miss the presentation to get the baby quiches out of the oven. So let's just keep it simple. And remember, I really, really need you to hand out the Diva Dollars, okay? Now, there are occasions where she goes, well, my daughter's gonna do that. And you're like, oh, okay. But most 99% of the time, it keeps her engaged. And if she is engaged with me, all of her friends will stay engaged with me. She is the leader of the pack. If she starts to talk to people, it's all over. So you just need to get her on target with you. Okay, so we are gonna get started. And, oh, a couple other things. I got this at Hobby Lobby, and it comes in a set of 2, okay? I have gotten them at the dollar store, but I just bought these at Hobby Lobby. These are fabulous. This sits on my jewelry table. And when I greet people at the door, I say, come on in, the jewelry's in the dining room. You gotta roll this dice. I say dice, I know it's die, but that just sounds so weird to me. Roll the die, okay? So I say, roll that dice, and sometimes I have to explain it to each and every person. I know it's die, but I like to say dice.
You're actually right, die is 2.
Die is 2? Dice is 1? Ah, I learned something. Okay, is that right? Okay. I'll ask my gifted daughter when I get her. Is it no? Am I right? Die is 1. Okay, okay. So die is 1. Okay. So anyway, I say roll this, and whatever you get, that's how many pieces of jewelry you have to put on. Okay. So anything but the earrings. So that gets the jewelry on them. Now, when they come in and sit down, I'm gonna give them a Diva Dollar for every piece of Premier they have on. So if they're a past customer of mine or a hostess of mine and they have jewelry already on, they're gonna get a Diva Dollar for that. I don't do just jewelry, I only do Premier pieces, okay? So basically whatever they roll is gonna be how many Diva Dollars they're gonna start with. So we want them to roll big. So if they roll 1, I say, roll again, you don't want 1. And they can roll it on the table, but it's soft, so you can roll it right over the jewelry, and it's just fun. And you know what, when they roll 6, most of the women do this. Oh, and I go, oh, it's gonna be so fun. You can pile on rings and bracelets, but it gets them touching the jewelry and playing in the jewelry, okay? So do you guys love that? Yeah. Okay, so that's an easy little, this is a touch, this is a little tip, okay? This is also a great way that you're gonna engage with the guests because this business is about relationships, so we wanna relate to them from the very beginning. So if you're a little awkward or you're more of an introvert, this is gonna be a great thing because you have to explain it to each person. So you have something specific to say to each person when they arrive, and you can engage with them a little bit, and then they're around the table and you start to feel more comfortable. Okay, another little tip that I do is that I always have an on-time RSVP drawing, okay? So it's not just an on-time drawing anymore. I had this epiphany this year, and once I started doing this, I was like, I cannot believe that I waited so long to do this. So I started the on-time drawing a few years ago, and that was great, but I elevated it this year to an on-time RSVP drawing. So on their invites, it tells them that they need to RSVP to be entered into the on-time drawing. I then make sure the hostess really gets that she needs to know exactly who's coming to the show because only those people will be entered into the drawing. Now, the only way this works is if you do it consistently so that the hostess at the previous show sees the really juicy prize, she gets it, you remind her of that, and now she's engaged. What I get are detailed lists of who's coming. They snap pictures, they type it out. I request it, you've got to ask for it. I say, send me a list of who is coming. I'm going to make the tickets before I come, and those will be what we use for the on-time drawing. Now, the on-time drawing is critical because I want to start on time. And when I coach my hostess, I always tell her, look, I'm going to arrive at 6:15. The people start coming at 7. And at 7:10, we're going to have that on-time drawing no matter what, no matter who's here. We're going to respect those people that arrive. So make sure you tell them. Because if they are not here, they're going to miss out on this awesome drawing for a piece of jewelry. So that helps get me started. And I say, if I start at 7:10, now I don't want to scare you if you're like a short show person, but I'm just going to be honest, I am not a short show person. So I will say, I'll be done talking by 8 o'clock. So I started 10 minutes after, you got a little bit of whatever's going to happen, and I know that I'll be done by the top of the hour, okay? So anyway, what do I give away? I give away the $5 jewelry that I buy at Rally. So I lift this up and I say, okay, ladies, it's time for our on-time drawing. Somebody's going to win a necklace. Your butt has to be in the seat to win. Come on, ladies, your butt has to be in a seat to win. You better get in here. And they all start coming in. Now, I do not put catalogs out. I am a former teacher, and I don't want anybody being distracted by their catalogs. So they all come in. On their seat is a board. Okay, I like to use these boards from the incentive site, but you can use folders. It doesn't matter. But I like to have it all in there. What I have in there is an order form, their guest survey, a love it list that's going to be for their notes, and then I have a little paper. You're going to see how I use this. This is a sponsoring tool. It's got my first 6 shows. It's got my testimony. It's got some things you love about Premiere and some questions to ask yourself. And, of course, the video information, okay? In addition, at checkout, I'm going to ask them again when we get to checkout. I'm going to ask them again if they'll watch the video, and I'm going to hand out a little card that tells them where to go. So we're going to talk about all this again, but just to bring that up. So on their chairs are the little boards. So I'm going to say, okay, ladies, come on in. We're going to have the on-time drawing. And then there are sometimes people in the drawing that didn't come. She told me 8 names, and there's only 6 here. So obviously, 2 people did not show up or they're late. So I explained to them, listen, ladies, I'm going to do this drawing right now before anybody else gets here so somebody can win this lovely necklace. Does anybody want to win this necklace? Does anybody? Anybody? You want it? You want it? All right, okay. So we're going to do this. Now, obviously, there are some people in here that are not here today. So we are a Texas-based company. So if I pull a name from this drawing and they are not here, what we say in Texas is, she gone, okay? But you got to say it with feeling. Not she's gone. No, she gone. Okay, and then we're going to pick another one, all right? So now they're having fun with the fact that you pick a name that isn't there. And they all in unison go, she gone. Pick again, because they want to win the necklace. And then you pick it, and then you put it on them. Okay, there you go. And then they're so excited. Oh, so nice. I love it. She's going to book a show. Okay, she's going to book a show. She just got a necklace, $5. They don't even know that. And here's the other thing they think. Her prize is rock. Okay, her prize is rock. So they are going to want my prizes. Okay, so I'm setting it all up for how much did that cost me? $5. Okay. All right, so, we just had our on-time drawing. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to thank the hostess. Now, I forgot to add a hostess receipt, but usually I have a hostess receipt on here, which is longer. Now, I use those clipboards, so then what I say is, okay, now I have to thank my wonderful hostess. Thank you so much for opening up your home. I mean, I would not have a business if it wasn't for you, so my kids thank you, my husband thanks you, and I thank you. So I have this fun clipboard for you to use tonight. Now, this clipboard, you notice, is really big compared to your clipboards, because her order form is much longer than your order form. Why? Because she gets to shop at free and half price. So she is going to rock a lot of jewelry tonight. Now, notice that we have some little gift cards here. because she earned one already. She got $100 in pre-sales, and she's gonna have a chance to earn another $50 gift card if some of you guys want to invite me to your house. So we'll see what happens. Now also on here is a little Hostess appreciation card. You're gonna get 20% off for 6 months with me. In the month of your birthday, you get a 50% off item. So I didn't grab it, but I also give the charm bracelet, the Hostess exclusive charm bracelet, which people book shows just to get that charm bracelet. That's $2.45 on the incentive site. So I'm gonna hand this to her. Okay, babe, there you go. Now, you're gonna be kind of busy, so you probably won't even be able to use it, but you just hold on to that, and you can use that when you're shopping later for your little wish list. Okay, now she is gonna help us out tonight, girls, because I've already given you some Diva dollars for the jewelry that you have on. You're gonna want more Diva dollars because whoever has the most Diva dollars gets a prize from my Diva bag, and I let you choose, okay? So you get to go shopping in my Diva bag. So who wants to win a prize tonight? Anybody? Anybody? Okay, so you're gonna want a lot of Diva dollars. So the way you're gonna earn Diva dollars is that when I say something awesome, you say, love it. If I show you some jewelry that you love, you say love it. And if you are the first person to say love it, our lovely, awesome, amazing hostess is going to give you a Diva dollar. Now, we want to make her love us, right? So we're going to get her in a good mood and we're going to butter her up. And we're just going to quickly go around super fast, introduce ourselves, and just say something wonderful about her so that she loves you and will hopefully be the one, she will pick you to give you the Diva dollar when you say love it, okay? And so you can go around and just introduce really fast and say something wonderful about her. Okay, so then I say, now here's what I need you guys to do. This is gonna be a participation show. So I'm gonna give you some little dollars here. Are you ready? Okay, and you're gonna help me out when it comes, do you wanna do one? Okay, when it comes time, I'm gonna call out a number and you just read your question. And then I am going to answer it. And I even have my cheat sheet, okay, to help me out. Now, I don't really need it, but you can hold this and just look like that, and it's right there. Now, we have 7 questions. So when we answer the 7th question, we get to go shopping. Okay, so that I love about the show because they know when it's almost done. They're watching it. If somebody's wondering how much time, what's going on, they know where we're going. Oh, we're on question 5, we're almost done. And it's really nice, and it's so easy for you, and you don't have to think about anything. Once you know the answers to these questions, it's going to be so easy, you won't even need your notes. But I did make up these notes, and I wrote for you all what I just did for the intro about thanking the hostess, and I even wrote up some basics. I talked about, greeting your guests, rolling the dice. All of those things are on these cards right here, but you wouldn't really necessarily need to hold those. Then there's even a blank one I made for you so that you could write with a write erase marker the jewelry that you want to do. So like if you want to remember the names of pieces, or you can write your personal story, because we're going to show you how you share a little bit about, there's going to be a question that's personal, so if you want to write that out, or you could tape it on there. So this is just for you for whatever you need. And then we have the 7 questions. So I wrote the questions in red, and then I typed up exactly what I say. So I switched up a little bit. This is where I modified it to more of the Julie David show. So you can literally hold this so that you know what your answers are. Do you love that? I love it. Okay, so you can hold it and it can be like your security blanket. All right, so who has question number 1?
Why did you begin selling jewelry with Premier, and what makes them so unique?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked that. It's such a great question, and we'll give you a Diva dollar. So you can also give them a Diva dollar for, asking the question. Okay, so, I started to sell Premier 9 years ago. I actually started because we really needed money. We were a 1-income family with 3 kids, 1 car, and I wanted to purchase some homeschooling material, and Premier came into my life, and I was not the quintessential jewelry lady. In fact, if you take out your boards, the first thing is a folded piece of paper, and I want you to pull it out. Now, on this one side, that is me. That's Julie David before I sold Premier. And yes, That is a sweater vest. And yes, I am wearing one piece of jewelry. It's a Power Rangers watch. So I was not the kind of person that would sell jewelry. I didn't wear any jewelry. I was a total introvert. I was very shy, very quiet, had no self-esteem. But you know what I did have? A great big need for money. And so Premier was a perfect fit for that. And you know what I love about Premier? It does help 3 individual groups of people. First of all, you guys. Our jewelry is very affordable. It's high fashion jewelry. 80% of our line is under $50, so I know you're gonna find a lot of really fun things tonight. So we keep the prices down, but we make gorgeous, beautiful jewelry. The second group of people are our hostesses, okay? Because Premier is the most generous company out there. Our hostesses get 30% of the show total in free jewelry, plus 2 $50 gift cards, plus they get to shop at half off. And we're gonna talk more about that, but it is typically hundreds of dollars in free jewelry that they get to pick anything they want. So very, very generous. In addition, the third group would be me. I make 50% of everything I sell, and that is what attracted me to Premier. Premier treats us like a partner, and right off the bat, I was making money, and we get paid immediately, and so I make 50% of the retail value of everything that I sell. So I absolutely love it. What's question number 2?
I heard about Premier Design's Golden Guarantee. Can you tell me more?
Oh, that is a fantastic question. Here's a diva dollar. Okay, so the Golden Guarantee is really awesome. Now, has anybody here ever had any jewelry break?
Yeah.
Okay, it's no fun. Sometimes it's our fault. We get it caught on something, and sometimes it's not. So let's talk about it's not our fault. When it's not our fault, we want to make it right. Premier stands behind its product. And so if it is a manufacturing defect, something that Premier did in the manufacturing of the jewelry that wasn't just right, maybe the lobster claw stops working, maybe a stone falls out, we want to get you a new one. And what you do is you get that back to me, and for $5, we are going to mail you a brand new piece. But if it happens within the first 60 days, which a true manufacturing defect should, it's totally free. Do you love that?
Love it.
Awesome. Give them some diva dollars. Okay. So we want to ask questions periodically. Do you love that? And then they will respond. And that gives you affirmation. It's almost like they're signing a contract. I get it. I got the Golden Guarantee. I'm good with it. Okay? So we want to ask them. Now, have you guys ever lost an earring? Doesn't that stink? Have you ever got your necklace caught on the seatbelt or something and boom, it's in 50 million pieces? All right, so we are not going to want to ask Premier to replace that necklace. Why? I told you Premier is awesome. Did you know that Premier got founded over 30 years ago to help women like me, but also to fund missions? So they take a big portion of the profit at the end of every month and they donate it to charitable organizations and missions around the world. So, if you ask Premier to replace a piece of jewelry that you wore out or you broke, they'll do it because they're awesome and they love their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. But you're just taking part of that profit away from the charitable organizations. So we're not going to do that. So what I have is the oops guarantee, okay? So if you lose something, you break something, you bought it from me originally, you can rebuy it from me at my cost, which is 50% off. You can get a new piece. Do you love that?
Love it.
All right, very good. So that's our Golden Guarantee. Question number 3.
Say, if I or a friend were thinking about becoming a jeweler, how much money could be made?
That is an excellent question. In fact, can you come on up here and help me out? Okay, so I want to demonstrate really fast. Stand in front of my partner in crime, Angelina. Okay, I want to demonstrate some of the ways that we make money in Premier. Because remember, I told you that we make 50% of the retail value of everything we sell. And so I'm just going to demonstrate that. So you are a brand new jeweler. Congratulations. So exciting. Okay, so you're going to go out and you're going to do a little jewelry style event. And this particular one on Thursday night has about 4 or 5 gals. It's about $400. You sold everything at the original retail value. So how much did you make?
$200.
$200. Can you hold that, darling? All right, now, the next week you don't have an event, okay? But you're going out to dinner with the family, and the waitress comes up, and she's like, oh my gosh, I've been looking for a necklace like that. And before you know it, between her and a couple of the other waitresses, you've sold $200 in jewelry.
Great.
How much did you make right then and there?
$100.
$100, okay, right there, out while she was out to eat. All right, so the next week you get a call from your mom, and she's like, you are not gonna believe this, but some of the girls here at work were complimenting me on my jewelry. I showed them the catalog that I had sitting on my desk, and I got $200 in orders.
Yay.
Over the phone. That's a catalog show. So how much did you make talking to mom on the phone?
$100.
Love it, love it. Okay, so that week you're going out, and oh my gosh, this is an awesome show. Okay, it is $600.
Yay.
How much did you make?
$300.
300. 1,
Wow.
2, 3. Okay, so, but that's not all. You have one awesome event at the end of the month, okay? There are like 14 people there.
Wow.
It was so fun. You ate lots of brownies. It was cool. You know, interestingly enough, it was actually at an office at lunchtime.
Oh.
Yeah, you went into the office over lunch, and it was $800. How much did you make over lunch at the office?
$400.
$400. Okay, so you went out to eat, and you made $100. You had 3 jewelry style events, and you had a catalog show, and you in 1 month profited $1,000.
Wow.
Isn't that awesome?
That's
So
awesome.
you can do as little or as much as you want, but this is the different ways that we can make money in Premier. So thank you very much,
Thank
darling.
you.
Give her a diva dollar for that, and give her a round of applause. All right, so if you can take back out that little piece of paper, I just want to show you and highlight some of the reasons that I love Premier. So these are some 10 different reasons why I love Premier, and we've talked about a lot of these, but we have a great guarantee. We have a great philosophy. It's a great company. We have a great hostess plan. Did you know that I have no inventory? I have no quotas. I have no territories. It makes it so awesome. I'm paid at the point of sale, and I can make 50% of everything I sell. I absolutely love that. And not to mention jewelry, and it's all tax deductible. Everything that I buy for my business, which is pretty awesome. So these are my actual first 6 home shows. Now what I want you to notice is what my hostesses got. So in those 6 shows, and the girl in the picture is the girl that did that, not this fabulous woman that stands before you today with the highlighted hair. And you know, I know I'm all about the pink shoes and the pink jacket, but then I was wearing my 50% off Target outfit because I didn't have any money getting started, right? And I was that shy girl, and still my hostesses got $1,600 in jewelry, and I made $1,700. That's real numbers, real facts. Okay, now on the back is my testimony, so you're gonna have to check that out. And I have some simple questions that you need to ask yourself. Do you need extra money? Do you have one night a week that you could put into a business for yourself? Do you like to interact with women in a social setting? And I have to tell you, when I started, the answer to that was a big fat no. Okay, but I did it anyway. Do you know 4 people who would be willing to do a starter show for you? Do you like to have fun? And again, when I started, the answer was no. Do you like to make others feel good about themselves? If yes, you should really consider this business. Now, I'm not saying that you need to be the next jewelry lady, but I would love if you would get some more information, because you are my marketing department, and I'll pay you to do it. Here's what we're gonna do. I have a little video that I would love for you to go to. It's on my personal webpage. And if you watch that 12-minute video and answer 4 quick questions with me on the phone before we close the show, I am gonna give you a free gift, a free birthstone charm. Now, Premier has this really awesome Keeping It Personal necklace, and we have little charms and little initial charms and sports charms, so many fun little charms. And one of the things we have are little birthstone charms. You can throw them on bracelets, you can throw them on any chain, you can throw them on a keychain. They're awesome. And you can get one for free if you just watch a video of mine. Now, why do I want you to watch that? I want you to watch that because you might run into someone like the old me who needs money, needs fun, needs some social interaction called friends. Okay, so we needed Premier and we didn't know it, and someone told me about it. You could be that someone for someone else. So you watch that video, let me know at checkout that you're gonna do it. I'm gonna give you another little piece of information to remind you to do that. I'll follow up with you, and then you can get a free birthstone charm. Does anybody love that?
Love it.
Okay, that's awesome. Now, real fast, I'm going to just let you ask me, now that I've given you some quick information, in case you have some questions. I have 5 diva dollars. Does anybody have any questions about what I shared with you about me selling jewelry? Anything you're curious, like how much it costs to get started, how often I do jewelry shows? Now, girls, I do this part because I want to know who's going to ask me a question. And what will happen is, if you have a jeweler in the room and she's outgoing, she's going to be trying to ask you all the questions. Do you know what I mean? A future jeweler. And so you know I got to talk to that girl after. Now, you can't just judge this way because the introverts in the room don't want you to know that they're interested. And that's why the video is so helpful, because they'll watch the video, and this has happened to me, and I'll be talking to them, so what number are you? And they'll be like, I'm a 7. A 7? You're a 7? You know, like they'll just come out and you won't even know that they were even interested. But this is really a great tool. So does anybody have any quick questions for me? And I have to answer them. Anybody? Anybody? Oh, you got one?
How much does it cost to get started?
Well, it costs $350 every year for us to be a jewelry lady, and I pay that with glee. It's about $1 a day, and that makes it so that I have absolutely no quotas, no pressure. I love it. It's our jeweler fee. When you're a new jeweler, you get some more stuff with it, so it's $395, but it is awesome. If they ask you that question, my philosophy is to answer it. I'm proud of it. I see nothing wrong with it. I answer it with pride. It's all about your attitude. You're like, well, you know, you get jewelry and no, just answer it. It is what it is, and I'm proud of it. Okay, anybody else? Any other things you want to know how I would answer? Yes?
How do you get jewelry to start?
Oh, very good question. We have an awesome starter kit. It's called our boutique. And oh my gosh, you get $1,300 worth of jewelry and supplies, and it's only $475. So it's pretty awesome. And it's a really awesome boutique. It's cool. It's really cool pieces that are the top sellers. Anybody else?
How many shows do you do a month?
You know, I do consistently 5 shows a month. That's it. And I work this full time. So I've always done 5. I just stick with 5. It's just a really great number. But in Premier, some women do this as a hobby and just do 1 show a month or no shows a month. And some women are overachievers and they do 10 or 12. You can do as many as you want. There's no limit and there's no quota. And that's what I love about Premier. Most of the girls on my team work full-time jobs and they do this along the side. So that's really kind of where we're going with this. But it's a great job for anybody. So they can work as little or as much as they want. Anybody else? Yes, in the back.
How far do you travel?
Oh, that's a great question. I will go an hour for a show. Okay, sometimes if you're real cute, I might travel farther for you. But if you want to start your business, I will fly. I will go anywhere. Okay? A question, Diane?
No, I just love that you told us.
In the back. There is training, and we have a monthly meeting, and every single month, you don't have to go to it, but why would you not want to? Because they're just fun. And then we have a lot of online trainings. I have a whole video channel, so we've got training. You will never be without training, trust me. We've got so much. So you limit it to 5 so it doesn't keep going, but I'm telling you, when you do this, the people that ask the questions, if they ask more than 1 question, make sure you talk to her first as soon as the show's over. Beeline right to her and say, oh my gosh, you had some fantastic questions. Now, obviously you're gonna watch the video, right? But I would you wanna just go to Panera tomorrow and maybe I'll buy you a coffee and we could talk? So you're gonna beeline right to her and set up a time to have coffee with her. That's what this tells you, okay? Do you love that?
Love it.
Okay, so we've got another question. I think we're on question 4.
Can you tell me what some of the latest fashion trends are and what are some of your favorite jewelry combinations?
I sure can. Now, ladies, what you're going to want to do is take out your love it list from your boards right now. And whoever writes down the most things on their love it list is going to get a couple extra diva dollars. So you're going to want to really keep close tabs. Now, I will tell you, I'm horrible about remembering all of the names, so even you can be a jewelry lady. But if I don't remember it, I'll just give you some descriptive term, and you can write that down, and we'll figure it out later. Okay, so, and by the way, don't worry about spelling, because I can't spell either, so I won't even know, and I'm not going to see anymore. Okay, oh, I remember what it is, social circle. Okay, I never can remember what this one is called. All right, so this is my partner in crime, Angelina Jewelry. Say hello to Angelina. And Angelina likes a lot of positive reinforcement, okay? So make sure you're giving her lots of love by saying love it and earning lots of diva dollars. Okay, now I love to give some tips, and on the dollar, I wrote 3 basic tips that I share at every show. And I wrote out what my 5 concepts are for jewelry, okay? So I'm gonna show you, my basic tips are about a V-neck, okay? It's a universal neckline that it mimics the hourglass figure, but we can do it with jewelry. That I always start my show with that. So it's a really great tip, and you can just watch the people kind of go, yeah. Okay, now I've got them. Now they want to hear more of what I have to say. I've sort of built my credibility because it makes sense to them, and they like that, okay? Another tip that I give is about, long necklaces draw the eye down and help you to look taller and skinnier, okay? And then that this is your impact zone. And so we want to bring statement jewelry up close to our face because it brings attention to our impact zone. When you're talking about the jewelry that you're wearing, is to share 3/4 length sleeves. I live in 3/4 length sleeves. It takes the extra material away from your hips, and it's an optical illusion, taking 4 to 6, maybe even 8 inches off of your hips, pulling that color up away from your hips, so it makes you look skinnier. So people love that. And of course, the tip about your earrings, wearing earrings bigger than 1/4, that one will never die. That tip is 30 years old. We use it at every show. It's fantastic. It makes women realize it's the truth too. So that we want to wear big earrings, okay? Okay, so what I do is I say, okay, so I want to share with you guys some fashion tips. And the first thing is, I don't know if you guys know this, but does anybody know the universal best neckline? Anybody? Anybody? V-neck. Very good. Give her a diva dollar. Okay. So the universal best neckline is a V-neck, and the reason is it draws the eye down into an hourglass figure, and that helps you to look skinnier. So we love that, right, girls? Does anybody love that?
Love it.
Okay, now I have a quick tip for you if you have the girls, okay, like I do, and so V-necks are a little bit of a problem. I love to wear tank tops. I have 2 tank tops on right now. I wear 2, I wear 3. I just have tank tops in every color. And here's why. And I don't know if you can notice this, but Angelina really needs a tank top. Poor thing, okay? So tank tops are really helpful, especially when you're wearing a shirt like this, because have you ever put your long necklaces on and it goes between the girls and disappears? The tank tops pull everything taut, and so your long necklaces can lay beautifully, okay? So we love tank tops. Holds everything in, makes us super comfortable. And when we're wearing a V-neck, it covers the girls so we can wear that plunging neckline. But even with that, not all women are comfortable with a plunging neckline, but we like the idea of that optical illusion. So we can do it with jewelry. Now this particular necklace is called Social Circle, and Angelina is wearing a boat neck shirt, very typical, but we have the illusion. See, without Social Circle, high neckline, all of this color, it's making her look very broad. We're gonna break up that color by putting Social Circle on there, draws the eye down, gives the illusion of a V-neck. Do you love that?
Love it.
All right, now one of the things that I love that Premier has done in the last couple of years is that they recognize that women come in different shapes, different sizes, and so do their clothes. So we want our jewelry to be adjustable. So we have lobster clasps, and they want us to start saying clasps instead of claws. It's more dramatic. Okay, so we're gonna say it even though I have a lovely lisp. Okay, so we've got the lobster clasps, and we are gonna hook it together, and now it is longer, okay? But you say, oh, that's right between the girls. That's not a good place to hit. So we can take our lobster clasps and we can just hook them wherever we need to. I used to do this in jerry rig, and I used to use a safety pin back here to hold it because I'm short, right? And now I don't have to do that anymore because I can just hook it and it can hit exactly where we want. Do you love that Premier takes care of us short girls? Love it. Okay. Now, another concept that we want to have in our jewelry wardrobe is a basic necklace that we can switch out pendants, and Premier gives us a great necklace in short notice. This is actually, out of the box, one necklace, okay? So you get both of these, and they come in different lengths, so we can adjust the length, and we could do a 2-tone look here, and wear one just a little bit longer than the other, Short notice, love that. But we can also wear them, obviously, individually. And what I love about this is that a lot of us are one metal or the other. There are some people that can do both, but most society kind of tends to gravitate towards gold or they gravitate towards silver. But yet you dream about the other metal. Could I have it? I don't know. If I do, it's a commitment. I need the earrings, I need the bracelet, I need the watch, I need the rings. I mean, I need to have a jewelry show just to get that whole other metal. So what I love about something like this is we can pull in that two-tone, we can layer it with silver, put them together, and so we can wear our silver bracelets, our silver rings, our silver earrings, until we transition and build up our jewelry wardrobe. But what we can do is we can just get a couple of pendants, and isn't that gorgeous? Now this is wearing a short necklace with a pendant draws the eye up to the face, which is your impact zone. So we always want to have some pieces that we can wear nice and short. Now I do know that a lot of women struggle if you have a larger neck. And that's why I love that Premier gives us these extenders. So we can drop this down to a comfortable length. And for those of you that are short like me, if I put a pendant on a certain necklace, it goes down into the girls, which is a real problem. Because remember, you want your jewelry, your necklace, to be 2 fingers above your neckline or 2 fingers below your neckline, or everybody tends to stare there and they kind of wonder, is it going to go in? Or is it going to stay out? Is it going to go in? I was doing that to Diane today. I was like noticing it. So, you know, it's like, is it in? Is it out? Is it in? So that extender, to be able to adjust the length, is so critical. So this is the first concept that I love to share with my customers, and that is that we have a short necklace that we can switch out the pendants. And this is a theme of my show, okay? I think my retail's so high because I really sell pendants, necklaces, and then framing it. So this is the trick. Okay, so what we're gonna do, ladies, is we're gonna take it up a notch and we are gonna frame it with splurge. Now, why do we want to wear a long necklace? Because a long necklace, it gives that elongated V, draws the eye down, and you look taller and skinnier. Everybody always thinks I'm like 5'8". Girls, I'm 5'3". But I always have on jewelry, long necklaces, and of course my heels. But people just assume I'm much taller than I am. It's all about optical illusions. Now, let me tell you right now, Premier's having a really cool special. If you spend $75, you can get Splurge, which is a splurge, for just $12. So I love that. Now, if we're not having a special like that, girls, then you can point out, girls, I have a special. If you spend $75, your next item is 25% off. Splurge would be a great item to get 25% off. Now, what's really great, the key word for Premier is versatility. Okay, everything seems to do something else. So even Splurge, you can take a handy dandy little clip it for $12, and we are gonna hang our long necklace from our clip it. We are gonna make a smiley face, okay? And then we are gonna come behind Angelina's neck, and we're gonna put that little hooky together, and ta-da! It's short, so now we are highlighting our impact zone. So long necklace to short necklace. You can then take your pendant, if you didn't want to get short notice, but you want a pendant, and you can add it on. Now, what do I love about the clip it? Well, let's say we want to put that pendant up high. If we were to do this without a clip it, that pendant, because of the weight, would pull the short part of the necklace way down, okay? We'd be choking, right? With the clip it, it holds that chain exactly where we want it. Do you love it? Love it. Do you feel like you need a clip it? Yes. Okay, it's fabulous. We love that. Okay, now, so we've learned so far that we want to build a jewelry wardrobe, and we can frame, and we can take a long necklace and make it short. Now I want to teach you about layering. We can take a long necklace like True Blue, and we can create our own look, okay? So remember, versatility, and don't forget to say love it and make me happy if you love it. Do you love it? Okay, thank you. This one is called It's Electric. Now, I just have to show you, so this is True Blue. Oh, and I'd love to give you a little tip, okay? You think that you need to wear True Blue when you are wearing blue. What do you think with pink? Okay, isn't it gorgeous? With the pink, right? So I love putting blue with yellows, oranges, pinks, okay? Totally different colors in that pastel family. It really pops. Don't feel like you only can wear your blue with blue, okay? Now this one is called It's Electric, And I think It's Electric is a great little easy throw on and go necklace for the summer and the spring, okay, with your t-shirt and your shorts. Now, do you see what I'm doing? I'm painting a picture, they're imagining themselves in it. In the winter, I talk about turtlenecks, big sweaters, you know. You want to paint the picture so they can imagine themselves in, oh yeah, I need that, oh yeah, I got a jean jacket, oh yeah, oh that would look good, okay? So this has that fun splash of color women are gonna notice, and we always love compliments. Don't you love when you're going through the grocery store line and somebody goes, I love your necklace? It just feels good. You just get a little endorphin, like, woo, that was good, okay? So we love unique and interesting things. Don't forget we can take our clip it, we can make it short, super cute, brings attention to our face. Easy throw on and go, but here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take True Blue, and then we're gonna create our own little look because we have both pieces, and we're gonna layer that right on top, and it adds a chunkier, fuller feel, but still has that fun, It's Electric kind of a color. And then don't forget, we can take our clip it and ta-da! Make it short. Do you love it? And we can put on our silver necklace. Remember what I've taught you already. And we can take our pendant. This one is called double take. Is that right? Yes. Because it's got the gold side for our gold necklace on short notice and the blue side for our silver necklace. And we can create a bold look. Maybe inside your blouse and this outside of your blouse. But you are in charge of as little or as much jewelry as you want to wear. Okay, now I want to tell you also how our jewelry comes pre-layered, because some of you are like, oh, I'm overwhelmed. Okay, like I don't know. I mean, if I pick something and it goes with my outfit, I'm thrilled. I don't know how to put two things together. No problem. Premier has thought of that, and they give us jewelry that comes pre-layered right out of the box. So this one is called Under the Sea, and out of the box, bam, okay? This is one of my best sellers, one of my top 25. Throw that in as well. You can't do every single piece. This is my top 25, this is my top 25, this is my top 25. But pick a couple of them, because that boom makes them go, ooh, what is it? That's her top 25? But seriously, I sponsored a girl in Gettysburg over this necklace by Hotel Lady. She saw it and was like, oh, I love it. Okay, so this necklace is so great. Out of the box, you have that touch of blue and you have that touch of silver. Now, every woman needs two things in her jewelry wardrobe. She needs a short basic necklace that she can add pendants to, and she needs a long basic necklace, okay? So then she can frame it, she can make that one short. It's going to cover the whole gamut. So if you're a gold girl, you need a gold short necklace and a long basic gold necklace. If you're a silver girl, short silver necklace, long silver necklace. So Under the Sea, it's pre-layered, remember? This comes off. You've got your short or your long silver necklace. And of course, you can have some fun with this, girls, and you can wear one short, one long. We like to talk about a little something called CPW, okay? Cost per wear. And so when you are shopping for jewelry, you want to think about all the different ways that you can wear that particular piece. I can wear it as a bracelet, I can wear it long, I can wear it short, I can wear it together, I can wear it apart, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to take all the different ways that you can wear it, you're going to take the cost of that piece and divide it, because that's really the cost of that necklace. So I think this necklace is $52, but we can wear them apart and together. I'm sure we can come up with at least 5 ways to wear this necklace. So when your husband asks you, how much was that necklace? Are we gonna tell him $52? No, because is he asking about the blue necklace? Or is he asking about the silver necklace? Is he asking about the blue necklace short or the blue necklace long? Or when I wear them together, or when I wear them long, or when I wear it as a bracelet? $10. And if you buy something like Sugar Rush, you're gonna go, they paid me to take it home, okay? Some of our pieces do so many things like this one. And this is the final piece that I want to share with you today. This is Montana. And Montana is an awesome, awesome piece. Now, everybody has jeans, okay? And so what I love to do, as you can see with my shoes, is I love to connect the color at the bottom with the color at the top. Just pulls it all together, makes a nice little sandwich. So we're all wearing jeans, look at Angelina's shirt. This has been bothering me, it's got a snag. Oh, okay, sorry honey, it's gonna be okay. All right, so anyway, she also needs a tank top, do you see, because we need that little, it's falling in between the girls. But everybody's got jeans, and we can pull that blue color up, so everybody needs some blue jewelry, okay? We love this denim color. It's gorgeous. This is one of my top sellers again, but what I love about this is it is reversible. Okay, think about that. Always help a friend out when this happens. Always help a friend out. Now, you're gonna want to clip it because we can wear it short. Do you love it? Love it. Okay, we can also take these two strands and remove them. Okay, so we can take this one off with these double lobster clasps. Okay, and we can hook these together. And bam, you've got a dressy necklace to wear to a wedding. Ooh.
Love it.
Okay, now, this is really cool, okay? You've got this chain, it is removable, okay? But we can wear this long. Oh, it's too long because I'm short and it's like way down here. Oh, never worry, because we can undo the lobster clasp and we can put it through the little circly thing, and we can bring it around, and we can hook it here for a medium length, or we can put it through again, and we can pull it through again, and we can do that as many times as we need to get it to be the perfect length. Do you love it?
Love it.
Okay, let me tell you a little bit about what I'm wearing. Now, because I do Angelina, I talk about my jewelry at the end. If you are doing the jewelry on yourself, I want you to start with your necklace. Take your necklace off and then do all of the jewelry. And notice I've only done necklaces. That's my thing. I really just deal with the necklaces. They're gonna pick out earrings. I do not show, and this earring would go with that, and this bracelet would go with that, and it's gonna be really fabulous. I talk about earrings and bracelets at the end, and I'm gonna get myself totally jewelry naked. Now, I'm not gonna do that right now because, but I always say, and how do I look? So I talk about it and I say, hey, my bangles, these are stack-tastic. And, I'm small, and so my bracelets always fall off, so I need a stopper, moment of silence for Instagram. Okay, so I always use this as a stopper, and it helps keep my bracelets on. I talk about my fun rings. I take everything off, Coco, my watch, my earrings, my jewelry earrings. I mean, I'll tell you, if I have repeat customers, I guarantee you that they will come to my show wearing the jewelry earrings. That's how many I sell. So, I will have 2 and 3 people wearing the jewelry earrings because it's the only pair of earrings I wear. I wear them to every show. I sell them at every show. I love them. $32 for a pair of earrings that you will wear constantly. It's awesome. And then, of course, I'm wearing, hello, who loves this, okay? We love ballet slippers, so fun. Okay, so I will talk about all my jewelry and then I'll say, do I look different than I did when I arrived? And they all go, oh yeah, you look boring. And I say, I'm still wearing my cute shoes and I'm still wearing my cute coat. And of course I still have my stripy hair, but I look kind of boring, don't I? And they go, yeah. I say, jewelry makes a big difference. And I feel like I'm changing the world one necklace at a time. And here's why. Because when we put a necklace on and we feel beautiful and we go to the grocery store feeling good, we're gonna talk to the people that we run into and engage and make their day better. But when I have a baseball hat on, no lipstick, no jewelry, and I'm feeling really yucky, and I run into someone I know, I don't wanna talk. I wanna hide. And so when we feel beautiful about ourselves, we're more confident and we engage better with the world. So girls, we need to start feeling better about ourselves and more beautiful. So we need some jewelry, and I hope that I've shown you how simple it is to accessorize, and that's what I'm here to help you. So if you're overwhelmed, talk to me after the show, and I will help you. Okay, what is question number 5?
All right. Can you tell me what benefits I would receive as a hostess if I decided to have a little get-together?
Yes, I can. Can you come up and help me? Okay, and I need another volunteer. How about you? Come on up. Tell us your names again.
Lisa?
Lisa? Emily, you need to stand on this side of me. Okay, and Angelina needs to get out of the way. All right, I'm going to show you guys how much free jewelry you get when you hold a show. So, Lisa, come up here. Did you show me again? Emily. Okay, I'm horrible. Okay, Lisa and Emily. Okay, Emily, do you want to be Diva Did or Diva Didn't? I like this girl. We're going to give her a couple extra Diva dollars. Okay, Lisa, you are diva didn't. I'm so
Okay.
sorry. But you did get the prize.
I
so,
did.
you know.
I know.
Okay,
It matches my shirt.
so it matches your shirt. Okay, now, here's what happens. I asked you if you wanted to get some free jewelry, and this was your response. My house is too small. I have no friends. I'm so busy. I have no time. So I'm just gonna shop. Oh, okay. Well, you're gonna get a necklace, and you're gonna get some earrings, and you just spent $50 plus $4 in shipping, because we're all gonna pay $4 in shipping. It's gonna be all organized with your name on it for our happy hostess over there, and then you're gonna pay the sales tax. However, I hear in Delaware there's no sales tax, so that's just evil. But in Pennsylvania, it's 6%, so that's what we're gonna go with. Okay, so you're gonna pay 6% sales tax, $4 in shipping, and the $50. Okay, I hope you love it. Okay, now over here, Emily, she's diva did. Okay, so when I asked her, she's like, well, my house is kind of small, but maybe I could do it at the office, and I don't have a lot of friends, but that's okay because I can shop at half off, and I'm super busy, but there's always time for jewelry. Okay, so she decides to have her own little style event, and guess what? It's $500. So 30% of $500, oh, $150, okay? So you're gonna pick out 5 pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now, she is gonna pay $4 in shipping plus the sales tax, and she's got all of that jewelry for free. But that's not all, because she got some orders at the office before I even arrived, so she gets $50 in free jewelry, so she gets more free jewelry, okay? And 3 of her friends were like, oh my gosh, this is so totally easy, and we love Julie, and we love the jewelry, so we are gonna have Julie come over, so she gets another $50 in free jewelry. She's up to $250. Are you feeling sad, Lisa?
A little bit.
Oh, it's gonna get worse. Okay, so $250 in free jewelry. She's paid $4 in shipping plus the 6% sales tax, but that's not all, okay? She gets to shop at half off. Cover your ears. This is gonna be so painful. Okay, so she is gonna pick out $100 in jewelry, but it's at half off, so how much will she pay? Quick math, people? $50. Okay, so $100. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, how much did you pay? Well, $50. How much did you pay? $50. So now we're not done yet, because she is considered her own best customer. Oh yeah, Premier gives her more free jewelry. Okay, so now you paid $50 plus $4 in shipping and sales tax. You paid
$50.
$4 in shipping and sales tax. Who do you want to be? Diva did or diva didn't? Oh, so sad. Okay, so give these girls a round of applause. Thank you for your help. Throw that up there. And we're going to give them some diva dollars for helping. Now, here's what I love. Not only is it a great visual, it's pretty fast. It doesn't take too long, but it's funny, it's engaging. You were watching the whole time. But when you go and you do your booking activity, you are going to refer to Diva Did, Diva Didn't. And it's going to make it easier. So instead of going, would you like to schedule a show? You say, are you going to be a Diva Did or a Diva Didn't? And it's funny. And they'll say to me, oh girl, I'm going to have to be a Diva Didn't. You know, it's funny. It's not painful, okay? So there are lots of booking activities out there. You do the one that is super comfortable for you. The one that I'm teaching my team to do right now, again, I got this from Kelly Bach and Donna Marone, is the dice game. Okay, so what you want to do, and this is really important. Has anybody ever played the dice game? It's a chance or honor kind of a game. Okay, the trick is, look at all the envelopes I have. Okay, and let me tell you, these are really fancy envelopes. I don't know if you can tell, but this is like a Bic pen. I wrote number 2. And then inside, in my own handwriting, I wrote what the prize is. So really fancy, took a lot of time, okay? Very expensive to make. Yeah, it's a really hard system. I'm not sure that they're gonna be able to duplicate it, but you can try, okay? So it doesn't have to be fancy, but notice how many I have. Here's what I have. There are more numbers that are prizes than are book a show. But there are more chances to book a show because we're going to use the numbers that are more likely to be rolled, and we're going to have extra envelopes. So if you roll a 2, that is the grand prize because it is the hardest to roll a 2. And there's only one envelope. I don't have more than one grand prize. So if somebody rolls a 2 and then somebody else rolls a 2, you just go, oh, I must have left my other 2s at home. You don't need to explain. Well, I only have 1 2 because it's totally the grand prize. We don't want her to know that, okay? So don't explain. But the likelihood, I've never, ever, ever had that happen. I have had people roll 2s, but I've never had more than one person roll a 2. So we only have 1. Then 3, 4, and 5. I think this is right. You have 2 envelopes. 3, 4, and 5. Yeah. Oh, no, 3 and 4. Just 3 and 4. I'm sorry. 3 and 4, you have 2 of each. Because these are going to say prize. Then 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Yeah, that's right. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Those are the ones most likely to be rolled. So you're going to have 3 envelopes of those. Now, no lie, at one show I had 5 women. 4 of them rolled an 8. 4. So, a 6. I think actually it was a 6. 4 of them rolled a 6. When the 4th one rolled a 6, I didn't have any more envelopes. She had to roll again. Thank God she got an 8. But you don't want them to keep rolling. You want to have the envelopes, but if they get one of those numbers that was a prize, you want them to re-roll. Okay, do you see the logic? So you want to make sure you have 3 of the ones that are more we want that say book a show. Okay, and so then 10, 11, and 12 are prize. And all that mine says is prize, and you could say, when I rewrite these, since I started Diva Did, Diva Didn't, you could write Diva Did instead of book a show. That would be super cute. If you're going to do Diva Did, Diva Didn't, it could just say Diva Did. But you're going to say, mine just say book a show. Okay, so here's how it goes. I'm going to say, okay, ladies, I have a fun game for us, okay? And if you play the game, you're guaranteed to win a prize. You don't have to play my game, but I think you're going to want to. Here's how it works. If you roll my dice, I'm going to give you an envelope for whatever number you roll. And inside that envelope is going to be a piece of paper, and you have a chance to win 3 prizes. Number 1 is a grand prize. You don't have to do a single thing for it, okay? And you will get to pick any item up to $50, order it tonight, and instead of writing 50, you're gonna write free, because I'm gonna buy it for you. That is the grand prize for playing my game. The second prize is prize. You're just gonna get a fun and fabulous prize. You don't have to do a single thing for it. You can take it home tonight. Awesome. But the third thing that could be in that envelope is the best of all, and that is me. You become a Diva Did. You schedule a jewelry show with me. So ladies, whatever you roll, I'm gonna have to give you. So if you roll and you get the grand prize, I'm gonna have to give you that, and you're gonna have to take it. And if you get prize, I'm gonna have to give it to you, and you're gonna have to take it. And ladies, if you roll Diva Did, I'm gonna have to come over, and you're gonna have to let me in. So if you don't want me to show up with my jewelry at your house, don't roll the dice, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start it. Now, if you're smart, you will have asked your hostess ahead of time if she would be willing to rebook, okay? And if she is, I'm gonna walk all the way over to whoever it is, and I'm gonna have her start it. And I'm gonna tell her, be really excited about it. You know, so I'll be like, hey, here you go. And she's gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna have one, okay. And that starts. And if you get that first person to do it, it's like a domino effect, they'll all roll. If you get the first, crunchety person and they're like, what do I have to do? I'm not sure I want to do it. And they pass it, it's all over, okay? It's not your fault, but it's just going to keep passing. It's going to be passed. Don't worry about it. You're going to catch them all at checkout, okay? It's just round 1. It's just round 1, okay? Now remember, why do we do this? Because our processors in the room have to start processing. If Diana's in the room, she does not need to process. She's gonna be like, woo, dice, let me roll. What did I get? Double down, okay? But Other people that are quiet in the room are like, what do I have to do? Do I have any friends? What day should I have? Do you think they can come? I don't know. Is my house clean? I mean, what should I have to ask my husband? I don't know. I have to think. I don't know. I mean, do I do July? Do I do next week? Do I do August? And so they have to process, and they might say no right now, but they might say yes at checkout. So they've got to start the processing. Now, we're going to have them roll, and all I do is I walk over and I hand it to them and I say, go ahead and roll. Go ahead. Let them just see how this works. 10. Okay, now you're going to know in your head. Keep going. Go ahead. Pass that on. Do you want to roll? You're going to know in your head, because you know the numbers, whether it is or it isn't. 6. Awesome. Okay, keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Go ahead and roll. I'm going to give you the envelope. What you get? Oh, what is that? I need help with the math. 9. Okay, good job, my friend. There you go. Okay, don't anybody open it. Don't open it. Okay, go ahead and roll. She's rolling. She's rolling. What are you going to do? And you can pass it if you don't want to roll. 4. Okay, there you go, babe. Okay, give it a roll. Give it a roll. 11, right? Is that right? Okay. Yeah, I definitely need help with the math. Okay, go ahead and roll. You can be the last one. And she rolled a 5. Okay, so nobody rolls. She wants to roll. Diane wants to roll. Okay. Okay, roll it, roll it. 2. No, it's not. Okay, now here's what I do. Diane rolled a 2. Okay, no lie, I've had this happen. Diane rolled a 2. Now, I want her to not open. Don't open that. So here's what we do, okay? We're going to give them an option to guarantee to get the grand prize. But they get that grand prize at their show, okay? So here's what I say. Okay, now before you open, this is very exciting. Are you all hoping that you have the grand prize?
Oh, yes.
A $50 item. Wouldn't that be so awesome? You can pick anything out you want in the book. Now, I have a guaranteed way for you to get the grand prize. Does anybody want to hear? Anybody want to hear? Anybody want to hear? Okay, so if you want to say double down, okay, then you are going to raise up your envelope. You're going to write double down on your order form, and I'm going to take your envelope for you, and you are going to schedule a date with me. You are going to double down. All right. You're going to write down what you want on your order form. I'm going to order that for you and bring it to your show. Okay, so you're going to pick it out. I'm going to bring it to your show. Does anybody else want to double down? Double down, double down. Anybody want to double down? He wants to double down. Are you wanting to double down? You can think about it. Okay, all right, go ahead. Now listen, remember when you open this envelope, whatever is there, you're going to get. And if it's Diva did, I'm showing up at your doorstep, girls. Okay, open them up, see what you get. So we got a guaranteed grand prize over there. See what you got. Tell us what you got. Prize. Book a show. Prize. Prize. Book a show. Book a show. Okay. It's really good to have some prizes in there because you want to show them that they're not all book a show. So it's very valuable. I then just take my Diva bag and I start with whoever got a prize. I let them pick a prize and then move on. Okay, it's a $1 prize. Okay, so but they're happy. They're so thrilled. They're all shopping. Like one girl, she had it all laid out on the floor. What should I get? I'm like, let's go already. Okay, now here's what I know. Diane is the only one I would have booked a show with if I had done any other booking activity. Right? Because she knew right now she wanted to do it. Everybody else was thinking about it, but not confident enough to say double down. They wanted to know what they were going to get. They were like, if I just get a prize, maybe I won't book a show. You know what I'm saying? I just want that. So what that says to me is that this booking activity worked. Because I just booked 3 or 4 shows that I might not have booked. Now, what this also tells me is that you have to stay on these women. Diane, I'm not worried about. She wants it bad. Okay, I might even turn her into a jewelry lady. But these other girls that hit book a show, I need to book them fast. I need to book them soon. I need to coach them, stay on them, and make sure they're getting their pre-sales. As soon as I know they've got pre-sales, I know that show is holding. So I've got to really talk to them. And please be aware that one of them will go, I didn't understand. I didn't understand. I didn't understand. And you just got to go, it's okay. It's all right, you didn't understand. That's going to happen, okay? Do you love this? Love it. Okay. So then we've got question number 6. You have 6, Mom has 6. Okay.
What forms of payment do you accept, and when can I expect my beautiful jewelry?
Okay. I take checks made to me, cash of course, and I swipe your credit cards, so don't write them on your order form. But I also take the husband protection plan. A little bit of check, a little bit of cash, and a little bit of credit card. So nobody knows how much you spent, not even you. Okay? So, and I will be checking you out in the checkout area in the office. So if you don't see me, that's where I'll be. And when you're ready, just grab me and we'll head on in there. Okay, question number 7.
Are we done yet? Can we do a drawing now?
Yes, we can. Okay, so we have a couple of prizes. First of all, you're gonna take out your order form, and your guest surveys, and ladies, you need to read over it with them. So ladies, we're gonna do 2 things for 2 prizes. Number 1, we're gonna count our Diva dollars, and number 2, we're just gonna do a drawing especially designed for the quiet girls in the room that weren't real confident to say love it. You get to be heard through your guest survey. So if you could pull that out, and I'm gonna walk through this. I change my guest surveys like I change my clothes, okay? Like I'm constantly changing my guest survey. So this is my most recent guest survey. Is it on my website? No, because I just wrote it yesterday, but here it is. Okay, so, and I see that my numbers are all messed up on this. That's so funny. Okay, the first question is name, and then cell phone number, and then email for special sales. So girls, give me your email if you want to hear about all my goodies. I have really great sales you're not going to want to miss. And then the next question says, do you want free jewelry? So if you played my game, you're definitely going to want to check mark yes. And then I want you to tell me what month you're interested in hosting your show. So just write that down and we can talk about that at checkout. And then you might say, maybe you didn't play my game, but you want to pass the catalog, or you want to check mark, no, I'll just be a great customer, and I love you too. Okay? Now, my next question is, you heard a little bit about Premier today, and I'm just curious, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your interest level in hearing more about Premier as a business opportunity? No, just circle your interest level. 1 is no, and 10 is yes, let's chat. And then, would you like to watch a video? Remember I told you about my video? I want to know if you're going to watch it, so I can follow up with you to get that free birthstone charm before I close the show. Because we're going to have to close this show on Thursday, so if you go home and watch it tonight, I'll be sure to check in with you tomorrow. And then, can you refer anyone that might love this opportunity to add $500 a month to their family's budget? If you refer them, I'm going to give you a special prize if they do love this opportunity. So if you could fill that out for me, and only turn in the ones that you fill out. Don't just put your name on it and fold it. That makes me so sad. And if I open it, I might not have to say your name. So you got to answer the questions, okay? So fill that out, fold it in half, and give it to our lovely hostess. And then count your Diva dollars. And I always do the Diva dollars first because some people are taking extra long to fill out their order form or their guest surveys. So whoever has the most Diva dollars gets a prize. Now, if we tie on Diva dollars, we have a Diva off, and we hope that they paid attention. So I just ask them some fun questions like, what % do I make? What % do hostesses get? What do we have if your jewelry breaks? And then whoever wins gets the prize first, and whoever loses gets the prize second. So I don't not give her a prize, okay? But it's just kind of fun because they all laugh. A Diva off! I'm like, yeah, were you paying attention? I am a teacher. Okay, so then we do this. Now, do you guys have any, one thing I forgot to point out to you when we started was that I always have these blingy bracelets from the incentive site in gold and silver, 8-inch and 7-inch. They're like $1.65. And I put it on my invites and my reminder texts, and I make sure my hostess is very clear that if they bring a friend, they and their friend get a blingy bracelet. And I have people that walk in the door and go, I'm here with my sister, where's my blingy bracelet? I just got a text today that a hostess said, hey, my cousin is bringing her neighbor and she wants to make sure she gets her blingy bracelet, okay? So they love these blingy bracelets. I had a hostess one time last month, and after everybody left, she goes, is there any way I could get one of those blingy bracelets? I mean, they love these little delicate little blingy bracelets, so it's definitely worth, you figure you're paying $1, well, okay, so you're paying like $3 and you get another $50 order.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth it. Yeah. Okay, so do you guys have any questions for me about the show? Yes?
What are the 3 questions you ask them when everybody watches the video?
Oh, we're gonna get to that. Yep, I'm gonna get to that. 1 second. Any questions about the show? Okay, cool. So now what we're gonna do, I only have 10 minutes, so here's what I'm gonna do instead. I'm gonna tell you about that. I'm just gonna tell you really briefly about checkout. We were gonna kind of demonstrate checkout, but let me just tell you a couple quick tips. When you go and do checkout, always do it in a separate area. Why? Because you wanna be able to ask them, and you want to be able to hear their answers to your questions about why they don't want to do a show. You want to be able to give specials that you might not want to give to everybody. You know, you want to make special offers. So you want a separate little area. Now, the key thing about checkout is that you need to ask every single person if they want to have a show. And I want to challenge you to do something for your next 3 home shows. For your next 3 home shows, I want you to write on every white order form, apart from the pink. So I always give the back pink copy to the guest, I give the second pink copy, all of them together to the hostess, so she has everyone's contact information, and I keep the white. Okay, I don't know if that's what it's intended for, but that's what I do. On the white copy, under the notes, I want you to write the reason the person could not have a show. So it's either going to say their show date, July 27th, or it's going to say the reason they couldn't have a show. And here is what I think you're going to find out. You don't ask. You don't ask. I know because I don't always ask. And if I have been doing this and I'm as successful as I am, and I still find myself not necessarily asking to the extent that I could write it down, you know, and know the reason, then you aren't either. So you can't just write, she'll want to. That doesn't work. I mean, you need to say, she's busy because of baseball season. She is moving. She's pregnant. She's has no friends. You know, like you need to write it down. I could stand up here and tell you all the things to say to overcome objections, and I'm telling you, you do need to practice. You need to get a list. On my website, another senior leader wrote little flashcards. I have them under files, how to overcome objections. You need to practice them. You need to know the standard objections. And I'll tell you, the standard objections are, I don't want to have it at my house. Yeah, so that's my house is too small, my husband will kill me, I have dogs, I have cats, I have pea-stained carpet, I have no parking. It's something about the house. Then something about time, I don't have time in some way, shape, or form, right? I don't have friends. That's about the extent of it. And so you can counter that with some of the same basic reasons, same basic answers. We're going to try to find it at a different location, maybe a restaurant, maybe my house, or we're going to do a co-show, which will help with the friend factor, because she'll have a few, you'll have a few, then we got a show, okay? We can do it at the office, we can do it at Panera, we can do it at my house. Don't worry about it. When she says, I don't have friends, you're going to say stuff like, well, do you have like a mom or a sister or mother-in-law or somebody in the area that would come? Well, of course I do. Well, then you have a party, okay? You have a show. Anyone else is icing on the cake because we only need one person. You only need one person? That's right. It's $100 in sales, one person, and then you get to shop at half off, plus you're going to get some free. Are you kidding me? I could get 3 or 4. I thought I needed like 10. You see, if you don't ask her, you don't find out what's going on behind her eyes. Typically, women think they need whatever they see. So if you have 10 people at the show, 7 people at the show, she had a sub sandwich in the back and strawberries with eyeballs and, you know, whatever, you know, like it's all so cute. She thinks, I got to do that. I don't embarrass myself. So you need to make sure she understands. A couple of people is fine. We're going to build on that when we coach her, but we're going to ease her into it. That it could be at a baseball field. It could be at a park, at a play date. It could be at the office. I had a $1,400 show in 30 minutes at downtown Pittsburgh. Sat outside of a Starbucks, told these ladies all about all the jewelry. They went back to the office. She collected all the orders, $1,400, okay? I've had a $350 show with just 2 people, right? You know, I mean, you can have all kinds of shows. I'm telling you, I could stand here and you could write down all of the comebacks for all of the objections. It's not going to do you a bit of good if you don't ask. And I'm going to guarantee you that 9 times out of 10 you didn't ask. So all of the moms in the room, you need to ask your babies if they would be willing to tell you and read you all of the responses on every order form for their next 3 shows. That is going to be the best thing that you could possibly do to see if they're overcoming their objections. Okay, now, this is the other thing I do. At checkout, I've asked them on their guest surveys, has anybody ever, and I have done this, collected the guest surveys and then never even looked at them until you got home? Yeah. Okay, so that is the worst thing we can do, right? Because we have no idea. Somebody's like, I'm a 10, and they walked out the door. So we've got to look at that, and we need to know who's interested in watching the video. Here's what I do. They've already got that handout. I want to make sure they take it home, but they forget it. So at checkout, I have a little teeny card, and it has my website on it. And I hand it to them. Now, the best thing you can do is, this is a picture on my phone, is text it to them. Don't even hand it to them. Text it to them. Say, hey, are you gonna watch Lisa, are you gonna watch the video?
Sure.
Okay, so how about, is this your cell phone right here? Okay, I'm just gonna text this right now to you, okay? And I'm just gonna send you this picture, and I'm gonna send you the live link as well, because save it in your phone, right? So I just write BK and my book comes up, okay? So I'm gonna send you that live link. You watch that, and what would be a good time tomorrow that I could follow up with you? Like, would noon? 10 a.m.? Okay, I'm gonna call you at 10 a.m. and you're gonna answer, right? Okay, because it really makes me totally sad when I call and you don't answer. It hurts my feelings. Okay, so you answer. I'm just gonna ask you four quick questions, and then you can tell me what birthstone charm do you want? Do you want the diamond or the opal maybe, or the pink one? What do you think? The diamond. Okay, I'm gonna write down in notes that you want that diamond, so we're all set, and I just need to talk to you tomorrow and you'll get that for free. Okay, so the next day, I'm gonna call her up. Okay, ding, ding, ding. Hi, Lisa, how are you?
Hey, Julie.
Hey, did you get a chance to watch that video?
I did.
Okay, awesome. So I'm just gonna ask you 4 quick questions. Question number 1 is, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being low, 10 being high, now that you've gotten a lot of good information, what's your interest level in joining my Premier family on a scale of 1 to 10?
8.
Shut the front door. No kidding. Well, that's awesome, Lisa. What made you an 8 and not a 1? That's question number 2. What made you that number and not a 1? Okay, it's a very critical question. What made you that number and not a 1?
I love the opportunity of being my own boss.
Ooh, I love being my own boss too, because I can take days off whenever I want. Whatever she says, I'm going to affirm, and I'm going to expand on it briefly, like another sentence. Just another sentence. Don't go off, especially if she's a 2. This is going to be a very short conversation, but she's an 8, so she probably really wants to have a little conversation with me. But I'm going to keep going here. So I'm going to say, okay, that's awesome. So I'm curious, what made you an 8 and not a 10?
I'm not sure if I have enough time to do it.
Oh, that's great. I love hearing that option, because you know what that tells me? You're really interested in doing an awesome job and you want to give it your all. But you need to know that you can fit this into your schedule. It might be something that you do on the side right now, but as you realize the earning potential, it might become a bigger part of your life. What do you think is keeping you so busy?
Kids.
The
and
kids.
work, yeah.
Okay. Well, I want you to know that the majority of the people on my jewelry team are moms that work full time. This is a pretty standard operating procedure here. So, I definitely know from experience from all these girls that you definitely can fit it into your life. Is there one night a week that you could maybe give up, like soccer practice, or maybe your husband could take the girls to dance, and that could be your night, or maybe your Saturday morning or your Sunday afternoon, that you could do a jewelry show just one day a week?
Yeah, Thursday night.
Awesome. Okay, now we're really going to town, and we're basically having an OP now. But as she continues to answer my questions, I'm going to continue to talk to her. And so question number 4 is going to be, listen, you're obviously very interested. Do you think that we could get together tomorrow at Panera? We could finish this conversation, and maybe, we'll see what even happens. Maybe you'll join my family.
Sure.
So, okay, and we're going to find a time. Now, let's say she was a 2. We're going to move through that conversation. I'm going to thank her for all of her answers. It's going to be the same questions. What I want to do with number 4 is I want to say, Lisa, now that you've learned all about how this business works, do you have any interest now in maybe helping me out with my business and my family and having your own jewelry show and getting some free jewelry?
Oh, sure.
Okay, so now she did not book last night. She's watched the video. I'm actually doing a follow-up call, a morning after call, and she's gotten a little more. She understands a little more about how the business is. It's another opportunity. She feels a little more endearing to me. Maybe I'm giving her a free little thing, and maybe I could get a booking. Now, another option is for you guys to then say for number 4, if you're uncomfortable, you're like, okay, I sponsored one person, like, I'm not ready to go to Panera, okay? So at this point, what we're gonna do is we're gonna say, Lisa, you obviously sound really interested. I would love to get you on the phone, me and my senior leader, because she is just got all the answers. And if you do, I'm going to put you in a drawing. I'm having a drawing this month for anybody that gets on the call with Diane for a free necklace up to $50. Would you have like 5-10 minutes to get on the phone with Diane and me today? Okay, so I'm just going to check in on her and I'll just text you back a good time. Would that work?
Sure.
Okay, great. And so your goal is to take those people that seem interested and contact Diane. And see, if you get on the phone, she's gonna help you close the deal, and she might even say, oh my gosh, we need to meet at Panera. Okay, but that's a great transition. Do you want me to repeat the questions? Number 1 is, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your interest level in joining my Premier family? 1 is low, 10 is high. Number 2 is, what made you that number and not a 1? That is the positive. We always want to start with a positive. What made you that number and not a 1? That they're going to tell me something positive, which just makes me feel better. Question number 3 is, what made you that number and not a 10? That is their objection. We've got to hear their objection in order to overcome their objection. And question number 4 varies. It's going to be, now that you understand my business, would you be interested in helping me out and helping yourself to get some free jewelry by scheduling a jewelry show? If she was a really low number. You could just, you just know when you're talking to them. They're like, I'd be a -5 if I could be a -5. Okay. And then you're going to say, if you feel confident, could we meet right away, tomorrow, today? Or sometimes I say, can we keep talking? You obviously have a lot of good questions. Could we take, because I told her only 5 minutes, so I need to ask permission to keep talking. And or, can we get on the phone with my upline? Whether it's Diane or someone else, okay? All right, so, any questions for me? I have no time. Wait, my website is joyousjewelers.com. Don't ask me to spell it, I'm dyslexic, and it's stupid that that's what I came up with. I can never spell it, but joyousjewelers.com, and the password is joy. And you have a question in the back. Oh, all the time. Oh, yeah. Oh, why are you a 1? Oh, so then I say, why are you that number and not a 0? So obviously you're not very interested, but sometimes I'll say, okay, I won't even say, why are you that number? I'll just say, you know what, tell me something positive that you saw. Tell me something that you liked. I need to know that they watched the video. And not just pulling my leg. Anybody else? Okay. Is that good?
You are amazing.